Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone, I'm Carla Mareta, the representative of English Literature Study Program of Universitas Muhammadiyah Lampung. Today, we are going to present our paper entitled Bibliometric Analysis, Publication Trend on Translation Studies in a Foreign Language Teaching. Members of our team are me, Carla, Gali, Julia, Arion, and Anissa. This research talks about the publication trend on translation studies in a foreign language teaching, where the translation is an operation carried out on language by replacing text in one language with text in another language. Therefore, translation theory must refer to language theory or general linguistic theory. Linguistics is a scientific discipline that studies language internally and as a tool for producing meaning. It plays an important role in translation studies, especially regarding the nature and functions of language. It applies to the role of modern linguistics, which is not limited to the study of language itself, but includes sub-disciplines such as text linguistics and pragmatics. Thus, the practice of translation and a foreign language teaching is in the mapping of general and applied linguistic studies. Translation studies is a relatively new discipline in academic studies. Therefore, the translation needs to draw on theories from related disciplines to develop and formalize methods, from linguistics to literary theory, sociology to cognitive science, and media studies. Nearly every aspect of life in general and the interactions between the speech communities in particular is relevant to translation, a discipline that must pay attention to how to generate meaning between different groups or people in various cultural settings and their impact on society. In this regards, recent studies on translation are interesting, especially in teaching foreign language. To what extent these disciplines play a role in the diversity of linguistic repertoires by using bibliometric analysis in terms of publication numbers, topics studied, citation, and article ranking. Apart from considering the result of translation production, the quality of translation that can help foreign language teaching and learning activities is the emphasis on the source or target language. When placing more emphasis on the source language, teaching will be carried out by adhering to the linguistic rules of the source languages, as well as emphasizing the target language. The initial pattern applied in a foreign language teaching using a translation approach is the literal translation. The pattern that might develop is to utilize GTM or grammar translation method, a way of learning a language by first approaching the details of grammatical rules, followed by applying this knowledge to the task of translating sentences and text from and into the target language. This study uses bibliometric analysis to help researchers study the contents of the bibliography and analyze the citations of articles published in translation studies for teaching foreign languages. Data collection uses housing publish or publish, voice viewers, and Mendeley applications. The next step is to record the number of application, topic clusters, overlays, density, related keywords, citations, and publisher ratings. Data processing uses Excel spreadsheets and the calculations of percentages for each variable. Diagram 1 is a diagram of the publication of translation studies in a foreign language teaching from 17 to 22 with 983 titles. The diagram shows that publication on translation study in a foreign language teaching tend to fluctuate. The publication increased from 17 to 18, almost 10%, 19 to 20, almost 14%, and 20 to 21, 1%, while the number of publications decreased from 18 to 19 by 6%, or as many as 12 titles, and up again in 21 to 22 significantly. significantly. This is Figure 2, Network Visualization of Publication Trends on Translation in Foreign Language Teaching. The publication trend is based on topic. Figure 2 shows that the publication trends of translation studies in foreign language teaching spread into 29 clusters in 588 items. Each of the clusters are in the different color. Cluster 1 is in the red line, cluster 2 is the green line, cluster 3 is the blue, 4 yellow, 5 purple, cluster 6 is turquoise, cluster 7 is orange, cluster 8 is the brown line, 9 and 10 in pink line, 11 is the green line, 12 is the light blue, 13 in the light yellow, 14 light purple, 15 in light turquoise, cluster 16 is light orange, 18 in light pink, 19 to 29 is in the green line. Cluster 1 consists of several topics including good mixing, context translation, English language teaching, English translation class, good translation, learning method, lexical translation, literal translation, source language, translation courses, and translations equivalents. Figure 3 is the topic overlay visualizations of translation studies publication in foreign language teaching from 18 to 21. The year of publication is spread out in 4 colors, indicating the most frequently studied topics per year. In 18, the publication topics frequently reviewed were figurative translation, poems, high school student, Spanish language teaching, and art. In 19, the publication topics frequently reviewed were constructive studies, translation classroom, translation activity, and translation techniques. In 20, were translation quality, language teaching and literature, teaching methodology, Indonesia, also grammar translation method. In 21, publication topics often studied were Central Java, Kavit, Metaphor, Foundation, Creation, and Dictionary. Figure 4 shows the density of research topics studied on translation in teaching foreign languages. The density is presented in 3 colors, blue, light blue, and yellow. The blue indicates the high frequent topics studied. The light blue indicates that frequently reviewed. The yellow indicates rare frequently reviewed. And the density of research topics shown in blue consists of Indonesian, source language, translation technique, English translation, translation quality, teaching methodology, characteristics, ministry COVID, exercise, expression section, and Iran and Bangladesh. Table 1 shows the relevance of translation studies keywords with foreign language teaching. Based on the data, the words that often appear are English translation, translation techniques, literary translation, and translation quality. English translations appeared 49 times, translation technique 39, literary translation 22, and translation quality 20 times. The words frequently appear in translation studies of foreign language teaching. However, the level of relevance is still lacking or below 0.4. Table 2 shows the highest ranking of citations for translation studies in foreign language teaching from 17 to 22. The highest citation of articles about translations and language teaching is the Transdisciplinary Framework for Language Teaching and Learning in a Multilingual World, by Leung and Valdez in 2019, which examines the references for additional foreign language education in diverse socio-political contexts by providing historical context, affordances, pedagogical values regarding translanguage, and raises a number of conceptual and practical issues that would benefit from further deliberation and empirical research. Table 3 shows the ranking of publisher based on the Google Scholar Index by generating housing publish or peruse application. From this data, the top publisher rating is the Journal of Spanish Language Teaching for the article entitled Translation in Spanish Language Teaching, the integrations of a fifth scale in the second language curriculum by Colina and Laford in 2017. Now we come to the conclusion of this paper. The publication on translation studies and foreign language teaching tend to fluctuate. The publication increased from 17 to 18, decreased from 18 to 19, and up again in 21 to 22 significantly. The publication trend of translation studies in foreign language teaching has spread into 29 clusters. The high frequent topics studied are English translation, translation techniques, literary translation, and translation quality. The highest citations of articles about translations and language teaching is the Transdisciplinary Framework for Language Teaching and Learning in a Multilingual World. Well, that's all our presentations. Thanks for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you so much.